what's up everyone, Same Time Gaming here. Welcome back for another Division 2 build video. Well guys, today I have a very simple build for you all, and the reason why I said it's simple because it's very easy to assemble, so you don't really need to farm a lot, and it's actually really good for especially solo players. Yes, it's a solo player build and you will be doing absolutely fine. So if you get trouble in terms of doing control points or heroic missions or bounties or anything, I know most of my viewers are kind of solo player because I do get a lot of requests about solo builds, but I do have a lot of solo builds on the channel, so if you want you can check them out. They are pretty good too, and also it works really good in the groups as well. I have some crazy group builds as well. If you want you can check them out, but today with the build I'm going to show you, it's basically a very easy build to set up. Like, you don't really have to farm much. I'm pretty sure the pieces I'm about to show you, you have it already, and if you don't have it, you don't really need to farm much, because I'm not using any named item, or although I'm using a weapon that's named item, but you don't have to. I'll give you an alternative, don't worry. But I'm using gear sets which are very easy to farm, and this build is focused on, like I said, solo. So you have crit, you got regen, and I always say that when you're playing solo you don't need crazy damage. Yes, most people say, look at that, I got 1 million crit on the body, I got 800,000 crit on the body. You don't need that. You'll be fine if you have just a decent damage, but you need to survive to do that damage. So if you have a million crit on the body, well, then you got to be staying alive to do that damage, to be honest, and the NPC is not just going to sit there and wait for you to do damage to them. They're just going to shoot you. So with this build, you're going to get millions of shot on you, but you'll still survive. There's no issue with it. You can just go do multiple supply convoys, or control points with directives and stuff like that. It should be no problem, and it's just awesome to wait the way this thing is working. So let me show you the build here. Enough talk. So this is the build. As you can see, like I said, it's very easy to set up. It's a 4-piece Foundry Bulwark. Yes, it's a 4-piece Foundry Bulwark. Usually you would see 4-piece Foundry on shield build, because I myself made a couple of shield build, or tank build with the 4-piece Foundry. I made one, the deflector shield build, which was pretty hilarious to run, and I really appreciate that you guys loved that build. And also the legendary tank build, where I was basically immortal, I wasn't taking any damage, and you guys like that build as well. So I again really love the support there. So this one is basically a crit build, but at the same time you're going to have insane amount of armor regen. So you do have that armor regen on you, and you do have the damage on you for a solo player. Again, I'm going to rephrase that. For a solo player, it's not like you're not going to do anything when you're in a group, because group players, they're basically going to run some DPS build, try to speed run missions and stuff like that, but it's not like that you're not going to do anything. You'll be absolutely fine if you make this build. You should be fine with this, no problem. But solo, if you just want a free roam, do control points with a bunch of directives just to get some SHD level rank up and all that, you should be absolutely fine with this build. So I'm running a gunner specialization because 10% armor on kill, and as you can see I have 2 million armor. Since I have 2 million armor, 10% of that, I'm going to get 200,000 armor on kill. Every time I get a kill, I'll get 200,000 armor back. Now, for the weapons of choice, I'm using a SIG MPX. You can use a chameleon if you are an assault rifle guy and not an SMG guy. You can use the chameleon. I was using the chameleon. I have a lot of footage on getting crazy amount of kills with the chameleon, because once the buff active, the chameleon buff gets active, it just literally melts anything, because you get additional 90% weapon damage and 50% crit damage. So you're just going to shred through anything if you use a chameleon. Although remember, you will not get a lot of crit chance. From the start of the fight, you will not get it, but once you get the chameleon buff, you will have maxed out crit chance and about 180% of crit damage, so you'll be melting things. Don't worry about it. But I went for the SMG because I will get high crit chance with an SMG. So SIG MPX is my choice. I'll always say SIG MPX, because SIG MPX has a very good balance between total damage and RPM. So that's why I went for the SIG MPX. And I have a killer talent here, because once I get a crit kill, I will be getting 40% more crit damage, so it's going to increase my damage. I do hit about 400k with this SMG, with this build, with all the buff and stuff. Everything is active, and I feel that it's enough for a solo player. Like I said, you don't need high damage, you need survivability. You need to survive, then you can kill. This first you need to be alive so you can kill them. So that's why I always say survivability is important than getting high damage. Now for the second weapon, I have the Emmeline's Guard. This is a named SMG. It gives you the talent Perfect Preservation. So whenever you get a kill, you'll get 12% armor over 5 seconds. It will be repairing. It's pretty sweet. Like it's awesome. Like once this thing is active, you can't die. Yeah, with this build, when this thing is active, you're not gonna die. And if you get a headshot kill, that will improve it by even 12%. So you have 24% armor regen if you get a headshot kill, and for 5 seconds, so you're not going to die. I know most people don't run this SMG because it doesn't have a lot of mod slots, and with this build also where I respect for more like armor and stuff, and I don't have much crits, it will be not an ideal choice, but it does gets a lot of kill, and I'm really happy how this SMG is working. And I did get a lot of kills, and I was really like fine with this. And also when I get into some sort of a sketchy situation where there's a lot of NPCs trying to kill me, you know, shoot at me, a lot of elites and stuff in a control point or anything, I do swap it to Emmeline's Guard and I kill them, and I get that regen, and it's just like I can keep regening and keep killing with this basically. So that's what I said. I mean that's what I use. Okay, now for the 4-piece Foundry Bulwark, if you don't know what 4-piece Foundry Bulwark does, because I know most people don't, I have played with a bunch of players, they don't even know that 4-piece Foundry Bulwark thing exists. So you get, you know, 10% of total armor if you use 2-piece. You get 3%, I mean, sorry, 1% of armor regen. It used to be 3%, but it's now 1%. They nerfed it. I don't know why they did it on PvE, to be honest. Like, they should have done it on PvP, but not in PvE, but well, it is what it is. So you get 1% regen from 3-piece and 50% shield health. I'm not using a shield, but sometimes I did try it with the deflector shield because it's funny, you know, the way deflector shield works, and it's currently my favorite shield, to be honest, the deflector shield. I did try it, but I didn't like it that much, so I just changed it. I'm not using any shield in this build, to be honest. So yeah, now the 4th piece talent is what's where the damage, like not the damage, sorry, that's where the magic happens. You get those regen coming in from this fourth piece talent, which is the makeshift repair, because whenever you or your shield gets damaged, you get 20% of armor, like 20% of that like amount, whatever the damage you took will be repaired over 15 seconds. So that's really good because you already have 5% regen on this build, and anything over that is an additional armor regen. That's going to be really nice. So I have armor, crit damage and crit damage mod on the mask. I got armor and crit damage on the holster, and also have armor and crit damage on the knee pads, and also armor and crit damage on the gloves. And like I said, I'm using Memento Backpack because every time I get a kill, I will get that trophy, and of course the long-term buff will make me have 3% of armor regen. With this build, I have 2-piece armor regen already. I mean, sorry, 2% of armor regen already, and with the Memento, I will be getting 3 more, so that's 5%. And 1 more percent I will get from the chest piece here, the Bellstone I'm running. I have Intimidate talent. I would love to have crit damage here, but well, it is what it is. But yeah, this is the piece that, I mean, only decent piece I have, so I'm running this one. Now you could say, why are you not running, you know, 2-piece, maybe Bellstone Armory, or the named Murakami knee pads, you know, the Emperor's Guard, or Golden Gear 2-piece or 3-piece. Why I'm not using that? Like I said in the beginning of the video, it's a very simple build to assemble. It's a very easy to make build, so you don't have to farm for those named items, especially the Dark Zone knee pad, you know, the Emperor's International. Of course, you can get it from named item caches, because most people will not have it yet, or a better one, a decent one, you know. So I would not going to include that. And also for the Golden and Bellstone and everything, they do require you perfect stats to farm them, so it will take a bit of time. Whether the gear set, you know, the Foundry Bulwark, you will not have much time to farm this, because I mean, you just go into the control point area or whatever the targeted loot is, you will be able to get these anyway. So it's very simple to get this. So that's why I went for it. Plus, you know, it's a new way of running the build. I mean, 4-piece Foundry on a crit, I don't think most people run like this, right? They will go for like a shield tank build, like I said. So that's pretty much it, the build here. And I'm using a Striker Drone as a skill and a Banshee Pulse. So Striker Drone will distract the NPCs a little bit, also gonna pinch them a little bit, you know, and the Banshee Pulse will confuse them. If there's a lot of NPCs, I'm taking a lot of damage, so I'm just gonna use the Banshee Pulse, confuse them, maybe use my Empress International, I mean, sorry, what am I saying, the Emmeline's Guard. I'm gonna use the Emmeline's Guard to kill them and get that regen. So that's basically how I play with this build. And if you try it when you're solo, you're gonna be absolutely fine. Just try it. It's a pretty fun way of using this build. And yeah, if I show you my stats over here, you can see a 50% crit chance, which I would say okay. I mean, I can change a crit chance mod or anything to make it 56%. I will lose a little bit of crit damage because I'm losing crit damage stats on the attribute as well, like 12%. I could get that, but it's all right. I mean, when I'm solo, all I care about is the survivability more than damage. Because, like I always say, if you can survive, you can kill. Yes, if you can survive anything, you can kill anything. So that's why I went for it. And if I show you my defensive stat, you can see 2 million armor, and 10% of that is 201,000 armor on kill. And I got 45,000 of armor regen here. The reason why it shows 45,000 right now, because it's only counting the 2% armor regen, one from Bellstone and one from the Foundry Bulwark, but it's not counting the 3% of Memento right now because I don't have the buff active. So when I get that 3% extra from Memento buff, like armor regen, this will be over 100,000. And when I would take damage and Foundry Bulwark will regen me the makeshift repair talent, that will be even higher. And if I use the Ambulance Guard, then the damage, I mean, the armor regen is so much that you're not going to take much damage. You'll be like immune from bullets basically at that point. And also the Memento bonus armor, you know, when you pick up the trophy. So you have a lot of survivability in this build, and you do have that decent damage to kill them. It's not like you're not dealing damage. So try this out. If you feel comfortable, you can use it. I'm pretty sure you will be feeling comfortable, because I did when I run it like this, because without using a shield, you know, running a build like this just to like have, like, you know, dependent on the regen and going out there fighting a bunch of NPCs, it's hard. It's hard, and I felt like very naked when I was doing this because I didn't have a shield to protect me, and I was a bit worried playing, but the build itself kept me alive, which was really good. And that's how this build works, and that's the good thing about this build. So you should definitely try it out. Don't underestimate 4-piece of Foundry Bulwark. The makeshift repair talent is really good, and just let me know how you feel about this, and I will see you guys in the next one. Till then, peace.